Welcome to Creepy, the best horror storyteller on YouTube.
Part 1. The Ominous Arrival.
The air in the small town of Crestfield held a chilling stillness that whispered secrets of the past. Among its aging streets stood an old Victorian house adorned with a worn-out sign proclaiming it as the Haven. This house had been abandoned for years, its once vibrant walls now cloaked in an eerie silence that unsettled the townsfolk. Meet Olivia, a resilient woman in her late 20s with a penchant for unraveling mysteries. After inheriting the Haven from her late grandmother, Olivia couldn't resist the allure of exploring its hidden stories and decided to move in. Her best friend, Ethan, volunteered to help her settle in. Ethan, with his adventurous spirit and unwavering loyalty, was excited about spending time in the old house. The duo entered the Haven with a mix of trepidation and excitement. As they crossed the threshold, a faint whisper seemed to echo through the corridor, sending shivers down their spines. They dismissed it as a mere trick of the wind. The house exuded an inexplicable aura that intensified as dusk crept in. Shadows danced menacingly along the walls, and the creaking floorboards echoed through the empty halls. Ethan tried to lighten the mood with a nervous chuckle, but Olivia's gaze lingered on the old family portrait hanging askew in the foyer. It depicted a stern-looking woman in a lace-collared dress, her eyes seemingly following their every move. As they settled into their respective rooms, strange occurrences began to unfold. Olivia heard faint whispers in the dead of night, words she couldn't comprehend. Objects inexplicably moved from their original places, and peculiar drafts swept through the corridors. Ethan attempted to rationalize these occurrences, passing them off as the house's quirks. However, his attempts to reassure Olivia faltered as he experienced unsettling phenomena himself. One night, he awoke to find his reflection in the bedroom mirror contorted into a grotesque grin that mirrored none of his own expressions. Unease settled heavily upon them, and Olivia confided in Ethan about the inexplicable occurrences. Despite his attempts to downplay her concerns, a deep sense of foreboding lingered in the air. The following day, Olivia discovered an old diary tucked away in a hidden compartment within the house. Its pages were filled with cryptic entries hinting at tragic events and a presence that sought retribution. The final pages bore the words, "Beware the restless spirit seeking vengeance." As night descended upon the Haven, once more, a bone-chilling presence permeated the air. Whispers grew into menacing voices, and an otherworldly chill seized the house. Olivia and Ethan huddled together, their nerves taut as they realized they were not alone. A flickering light drew their attention to the portrait in the foyer, now emanating an ominous glow. The stern-faced woman in the painting appeared alive, her eyes ablaze with an otherworldly intensity. With a blood-curdling shriek, the spectral figure lunged from the frame, hurling towards them in a rage-filled apparition. Ethan and Olivia scrambled, their panicked screams echoing through the haunted house as darkness consumed them. The first night of terror had begun, and the vengeful spirit lurking within the Haven had unleashed its wrath.
Part 2. Entwined in Malevolence.
As the spectral figure lunged forth from the portrait in an otherworldly rage, Ethan and Olivia found themselves ensnared in a nightmarish struggle against an entity seeking vengeance from the depths of the unknown. The air crackled with an unearthly energy as the vengeful apparition closed in on them. Frantic, Ethan and Olivia darted through the house, desperately seeking refuge from the furious spirit. Doors slammed shut behind them, trapping them in a labyrinth of terror. The house seemed to warp and twist around them, its once familiar corridors now a haunting maze leading to nowhere. The walls groaned, as if straining against an unseen force, and whispers echoed from the shadows, taunting them with chilling promises of doom. Ethan and Olivia's frantic flight led them to the attic, a place cloaked in decades-old dust and forgotten memories. Gasping for breath, they sought solace amidst the cobweb-laden artifacts, hoping to evade the relentless pursuit of the vengeful specter. The oppressive atmosphere weighed heavily upon them, suffocating their senses. In the dim light, Ethan stumbled upon an ancient box adorned with strange symbols. He hesitated, sensing an ominous energy emanating from within. With trembling hands, he opened it, revealing an ornate locket and a weathered photograph. The photograph depicted a group of individuals, their faces etched with fear and anguish. Among them stood the woman from the portrait, her stern countenance belying an underlying sorrow. A surge of recognition dawned upon Olivia as she realized the woman bore an uncanny resemblance to her own grandmother in her youth. As they delved deeper into the locket's secrets, Ethan and Olivia uncovered a tragic tale of betrayal and injustice that had befallen the inhabitants of the Haven decades ago. The woman in the portrait, Eleanor, had been wronged by her closest confidants, leading to her untimely demise and a curse that tethered her restless spirit to the house. Their revelation was interrupted by an ethereal wail that reverberated through the attic. The vengeful spirit had found them once more, its spectral form seething with an insatiable hunger for retribution. Driven by desperation, Ethan and Olivia clutched the locket, hoping it held the key to appeasing the tormented soul. Guided by the whispers of Eleanor's lingering presence, they embarked on a perilous quest to right the wrongs of the past and free the house from its malevolent curse. With trembling hands, they retraced Eleanor's tragic journey, uncovering hidden truths and confronting the treachery that had stained the house with unending sorrow. Each step forward unraveled a fragment of the curse's origins, weaving a haunting tapestry of betrayal and despair. Time seemed to lose its meaning as they delved deeper into the heart of the house's tragic history. Shadows danced menacingly around them, the air thick with the weight of unresolved grievances. As the night wore on, Ethan and Olivia stood on the brink of a revelation that could break the curse or seal their fate within the sinister confines of the Haven. Their hearts raced with a mixture of dread and determination, knowing that their actions in the coming moments would determine the fate of their souls. With trembling resolve, they prepared to confront the vengeful spirit once more, their breaths held in anticipation of the chilling climax that awaited them.
Part 3. Confronting the Unseen Forces.
Ethan and Olivia stood at the epicenter of the Haven, their hearts pounding in tandem with the pulse of the house's malevolent energy. Armed with the knowledge gleaned from Eleanor's tragic past, they prepared to confront the vengeful spirit looming over them. The atmosphere crackled with tension as they clasped the locket, its ethereal glow illuminating the room in a soft, pulsating light. Shadows danced and swirled around them, coalescing into a ghostly apparition, the tormented spirit of Eleanor. Eleanor's visage contorted between rage and despair, her spectral form exuding a palpable anguish that reverberated through the walls. Yet, amidst her haunting presence, a glimmer of recognition flickered in her eyes as she beheld the locket in Olivia's trembling hands. Driven by a yearning for redemption, Olivia stepped forward, her voice steady despite the tremors that racked her body. "Eleanor," she began, her words infused with empathy, "we know the truth. We've seen the pain and betrayal that bound your spirit to this place." Eleanor's spectral figure quivered, torn between anguish and a faint hope that shimmered in the depths of her haunted gaze. Ethan and Olivia recounted the injustices that had plagued Eleanor's life, unearthing the buried secrets and vowing to right the wrongs that had condemned her to an eternity of unrest. As the truth unfolded, a tempestuous storm brewed within the house, a maelstrom of conflicting emotions tearing through the spectral realm. Eleanor's tormented cries echoed, her form writhing in anguish as the weight of decades-old grievances clawed at her essence. Driven by an unyielding determination, Olivia held forth the locket, a symbol of forgiveness and reconciliation. "Let go of your pain, Eleanor," she implored, her voice carrying the weight of compassion. "Find peace in the truth and release the hold this curse has over you." A moment of eerie stillness engulfed the room as Eleanor hesitated, the swirling vortex of emotions freezing in suspended anticipation. Her spectral form wavered, translucent and ethereal against the backdrop of the haunted house. In a crescendo of spectral light, the locket glowed with an otherworldly radiance, enveloping Eleanor in a halo of forgiveness. Her anguished wails softened into a haunting melody, a lament for the years of suffering. A transcendent calm descended upon the Haven as Eleanor's spectral figure dissipated into a shimmering mist, finally finding solace in the embrace of release. The house itself seemed to exhale a sigh of relief, the oppressive aura lifting from its time-worn walls. Ethan and Olivia stood in awe, their souls heavy with the weight of the supernatural encounter they had just witnessed. The locket cradled in Olivia's palm emanated a gentle warmth, a testament to the healing power of truth and compassion. With the curse lifted and the restless spirit finding peace, the haven underwent a transformation. Sunlight streamed through the windows, banishing the shadows that had haunted its halls for years. The air felt lighter, infused with newfound serenity. As dawn broke, Ethan and Olivia stepped out into the crisp morning air, their hearts still racing from the unearthly ordeal. The old Victorian house stood before them, no longer shrouded in foreboding silence but radiating an inexplicable tranquility. Their bond forged stronger by the harrowing events, Ethan and Olivia bid farewell to the haven, carrying with them a tale of resilience, forgiveness, and the triumph of light over the darkest depths of the unknown.
Thank you for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe for more similar horror stories.